lots to talk about right here. Now let's start with Jake Hoffman. Now, he's a politician with an enormous amount of power, and he's one who enjoys using that power. He was the founder of the Conservative Freedom Caucus, who was first elected to the State House back in 2020 and then won election in the Senate 2 years ago. He currently serves as the chairman of the Senate's Committee on Government and Director Nominations. Supporters of Governor Hobbs blame him for blocking her appointments to key government agencies. As I mentioned earlier, Hoffman has accused the Attorney General of, quote, weaponizing the justice system. It's essentially the same thing he told us last month when we asked him about this very investigation.
Right now, we have a culture of corruption within our justice system. The Attorney General has gone off the rails, persecuting her political enemies.
And Senator Anthony Kern has been a fixture at the Capitol a little bit longer than Hoffman. Kern was first elected to this, won a House seat back in 2015. 3 years ago, he attended the January 6th Capitol riot, but there was no evidence he entered the Capitol grounds that day. He recently launched an investigation into Attorney General Chris Mays for what he called at the time a flood of questionable activity. And last month, he held a bizarre press conference outside the Maricopa County Superior Court building where he accused Governor Hobbs and the Attorney General of trying to throw him in prison.
Our republic is being attacked by Governor Katie Hobbs and Attorney General Chris Mays.
Now, at the time, we thought we were questioning Kern of whether or not he was there to be there for the grand jury at the time. Now, he did not answer our questions, but there was a lot of, there was a lot of flags raised at the time because at the time of that press conference, his attorneys were inside the Maricopa County Court building, and we suspected at that time that he might be appearing before a grand jury, but he never told us one way or the other.
These two elected leaders, what kind of districts are they coming from? And I ask because I wonder if these charges will help them politically or potentially hurt them politically.
Well, they come from very conservative districts. So in a situation like this, I think there's a significant amount of Republican voters out there that probably look at this and say, they're being wronged right now. Would that hurt them politically? It may help them. We'll see. We'll find out about that. Now, Kern, his, focus right now isn't on winning a seat in the legislature. He is currently engaged in a very competitive Republican primary to replace Debbie Lesko, who is stepping down at the end of her term.
I feel like we have so many processes that we're following with all of this political stuff going on. So what happens now? They were named in this indictment. What's the next steps?
Well, the next step is, the lawyers are going to get involved. There's going to be a schedule and see what happens next, with the trial and stuff like that. That'll all be laid out with the court. We'll be getting more information in the coming days from that, as well as more information, because remember, and this is important to remember, whether you supporters of these folks or not supporters of these folks, that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So they will have their day in court to clear their names.
All right, Dennis Welch reporting. Thanks for that.